Yeah. Oh my God. Hair dye. My hair.
Super cool. You know, okay, Kai close to have me sit next to her.
You get to share a microphone.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're joined by our entire senior class and Coach Jack. We're going to start with an opening statement from Coach Jack, and then we'll take questions for just the student athletes. We'll dismiss the student athletes, and then we'll take questions for Coach Jack. Make sure you raise your hand. I'll call on you, state your name and your media outlet when I call on you. Coach Jack, opening statement.
Just for any student athletes trying to come play basketball here at Syracuse, if you're just a basketball player, this is not a place for you. If you're trying to grow into a phenomenal woman, an academic strong person that's going to pursue championships in the classroom and on the court, this is the place for you. This is what it looks like right here. These young ladies are bigger than the game. They're bigger than just academics. Their character exudes their academics. Their academic propels over their basketball, and their basketball we're playing every day as if it's our last, because it will be whenever that time comes. So grateful to coach them, so humbled by what they've become, so excited that four of my student athletes from the University at Buffalo came here to witness senior day. What we're growing here is a sisterhood. What we're growing here is a family. It's our family versus their team. And it may not be as exciting to some as you see us not have success at times, but this is a personal vendetta that we have right now on growing this thing differently than it was. And ultimately, you will see nets cut down.
Take questions for student athletes and start with
Hani Joseph, Syracuse.com. This is for any of the players. You guys got a standing ovation with the 5 over here. You guys were in the game all at the same time. Let's see when you first checked in. With a minute left in the third quarter, you got a huge standing ovation. Just what's the emotions like today on senior day? Anybody can answer?
I would say that it's just a day to feel so loved and appreciated from all fans, from all family members. I just think it's just something that we can all have and hold as we move forward. I'll go then. I think it's bittersweet. I think, like, thinking about it before, I was thinking I was going to be sad, but honestly, it's just a moment to, like, celebrate us and celebrate us, most of us being here at the same time when Coach Jack came and forming relationships that'll go lifelong. And so I think just celebrating us and enjoying it, and I think we enjoy the ride as it went, and so it's not as, like, regretful. She always says, like, leave here with no regrets, and I think that this was our moment to kind of have that, like, we have no regrets, we're just enjoying the ride, and I'm happy.
Nicholas Lewin Call. I'm Daily Orange, Georgia. My question's for you. How would you assess your development this season as a facilitator with 8 assists Thursday and then 6 more today?
I would just say that I really started to just, like, see the game a little bit more and see and learn what the other team and how they're guarding me. So there's a lot of different coverages that I see, but we have such a strong big group in our bigs down low that when they switch or do certain things, all I have to do is get them the ball and then all they have to do is finish. So I think that's the reason that I've got more assists, is just taking a step back to see what the defense is doing.
Cedric Derecho, 24/7 Sports. So anybody can answer this question. Throughout all the ups and downs of this season, how special was it for you guys to come out on senior day and get a dominant win at home, playing some of your best basketball both sides of the ball?
I think this one was personal. Obviously, we lost by a great margin the last game, and I think we just came in here with a locked-in mindset. Like, it was our senior day. That was, like, the last thing on our mind, I feel. But I feel like it was, like, harped on us that we need to go out here and be dominant and show them whose court it is, whose house it is, and all that. So I think we all had the same mindset, and we're all on the same page going in. Despite anything that happened in the season, we stay in a moment and we move on.
Noah Nussbaum, Daily Orange. Georgia, my question's for you. Kind of building off of that, how big is this win just to build momentum going into the ACC tournament?
Yeah, I think the last few games we've really started to build momentum, and we're trying to come together as one. So having a game like today and then the last one, we're just going to continue to build on that for our game on Wednesday. Wednesday? I think Wednesday, yeah. thank you all so much for everything that you guys have done for us over the last 3 years. So I want to express that thank you to you as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Two claps in the media on 2, 1, 2.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, ladies.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Jack. She's so alone up there now.
I know, it's all these cheers.
We'll start right here with Ella.
Syracuse.com. Sort of a poetic moment after the seniors all got in. Right after that, sort of a line change. You went to the future of Syracuse basketball, freshmen through juniors. Can you just talk about that moment as a coach to see the now and the future coming in now?
I really didn't think about the future. I thought about that they had the last curtains raised for them to have their last bow. Thought it was important that they have a chance to come off the court together. And obviously it was 6 players, so I gave put Lexi out there earlier so she can have her moment to be celebrated alone, and then came off the floor as well. So it's about right now. Tomorrow's not promised, and a lot of people can prepare for a future situation. I say let's lock into the moment that we're dealing with, and let's really absorb this time and really celebrate them for who they are. Just amazing ladies that had their last bow.
No one else, Mount Daily Orange. Kyra talked about it a bit, but just what was the feeling for you to be able to bounce back from your last loss to BC and be on the other side of the blowout today?
It was personal a little bit. I just think that we all. My thing is I'm the nice person. I'm always conscientious of other people's feelings, but I realize that no one really cares about ours. When it comes to our amazing colleagues, and I knew everyone knew that we were down and we had some issues, and I just thought that you don't beat a person down when they're that down, and that's not what we're going to do. Even when we had our lead, that's why we subbed the way we did. But it's important that we get tougher. I got to be a tougher coach. I got to understand that they're trying to take our heads off. And I got to remember that I came from Central Village, Brick City, in Syracuse, New York. I know how to do the same thing, and it's time for me to show that.
Tyler Aiken, Citrus TV. Coach, this was your biggest ACC win of the year, 25 points today over Boston College. What has gone into you guys playing your best basketball right at the end of the regular season?
We're desperate. You see these young ladies up here. You see how wonderful they are and how fun they are and how funny they can be. And we just couldn't put it together earlier. It took what it took, right, to get to this point. And now we're here, and we're trying to hold on for dear life. And our hope is that we can continue to play together and stay together, because once it's over, we all go our separate ways, right? And that's a sad day. But we'll evolve and we'll become amazing women, just like the 4 women that came from University at Buffalo. They're nurses and professional players. Hannah works for the Canadian national team, and Summer Hemphill is the assistant coach for Damon College. So they are going to all evolve and become amazing as well. But I kind of want them to be here. See my former teammate over there, Sherry Krause. The reason why I scored a bunch of buckets, she passed me the ball. Her roommate didn't do so much. That's why I don't like carrying that much.
Nicholas O'Leary, Caller, Daily Orange. Coach, how impressed have you been with Georgia's facilitating throughout the season? How has she grown as a facilitator throughout the season?
Yeah, that's a hard thing for her to do this. Here, you take the ball. That's like an assist. And she had 9 last game, and she got 6 today. If you don't score, she's not passing it back to you, that's for sure. But we tease her because she's a scorer. She's put the ball in the hole, and we need somebody to do that. And now she knows how to pass it to people so they can catch it and finish too. So it's exciting to see her evolve. I think her better days are going to be her latter days.
And what kind of things, when she's facilitating like she was today and on Thursday, what kind of ways things will open up for your team?
Plenty. I think that what she's doing differently, she's getting in the gym. It's late, but she's in the gym. She's working with the coaches and watching film more. She got 1 class, and sometimes when you're such a good player, you kind of say, I'm just going to show you in the practice, I'm going to show you in the game. But it takes what it takes, and the best players get in the gym. In the last 3.5 weeks, she's been a fixture. As much as she got on the floor and get banged around and how sore she is and leg braces she got on, She still need to do the in the gym thing, and she's done that, and she's doing that, and she's seeing the results, and it makes her want to get back in there again. So she'll be in there early in the morning tomorrow as well.
Any more questions for Coach Jack? Last one right here, Tyson.
Coach, Boston College had more turnovers than they had made field goals in today's game. How important was it to set the defensive tone early in the ball?
That's what I call myself a defensive coach, and they made me a liar for the whole season. And so our goal is to hold people under 59 points, and every time we hold people under 59, we win. We're like 98% when we do that. And so they're getting that, and I'm getting it too, because we're doing a lot of different defensive stuff in practice more as well. So it's kind of what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to run this team. I've neglected it, they've neglected it, and results are what they are. Hopefully now that we have the light on, we'll get better and be a better team for our university and our community.
Last question right here.
One more question for you, Coach. Often you refer to your team as a family, and with your seniors getting ready to leave the metaphorical nest, right? And your mama bird in this situation, just what are the emotions? I asked about the players' emotions, but for you, seeing them about to take off into the next chapter in your life, what are the emotions you got?
It's always tough, because I really, I have to deal with their parents, and they're not actually my children, so I have to do what they ask me to do, help them become 1% better. And sometimes that's tough love. Sometimes it's, slamming the door in their face. Sometimes it's hugging them when they don't want the hug. And we went through all the gamuts of that, these young ladies here. And it's just like, when it comes to, them getting ready to leave the nest, it's like the same thing I feel about my son. He's in France right now, and you miss him, and you want him to be in your home every single day, but he's 26 years old, and he's a pro. These young ladies are probably his age, is in Dom, and it's time. It's time to let them find their wings so they can fly to where they need to go. And as hard as it is for us to let them go, we have to let them have their wings. And so they fly on. But the whole goal for them is as you fly and you come, you can't forget your sisters, because they're going to need you. That's the ones that showed up today from Buffalo. They come back on special occasions. I ask them to do the same thing. They know that the door is always going to be open for them. So support them. They're going to need opportunities, they need jobs. So anybody can help them, help them. And we fight on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.